So we're gonna get into it. Like, one thing about these conversations, I feel like oftentimes you can be shunned for your opinion. I
Yeah.
want y'all to first know that it's a safe space. Whatever you say, nobody is judging you for it. I don't give a damn. But
And then you'll be talking about us on your podcast.
but I'm gonna at you. The difference is I'm gonna at you.
talking shit.
I'm gonna say, hey, the people is talking. But no, so I want y'all to just open up with your name, your pronouns, what it is that you do, and how long you've been a part of this community. Okay. So whoever want to start. Okay. Y'all look like y'all about to do a little 1-2.
If I didn't care.
So my name is Kendall Jones. I currently work. My pronouns are he, him, his. I currently do HIV testing, prevention, and counseling for Matrix Human Services.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Monica Hudson. I've been in the community for 28 years. I have been doing HIV prevention work for 23. I'm currently at Wayne State University prevention team.
Period. Okay.
I am Chanel Reiser. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I don't work with the community like per se with an organization. I just volunteer a lot. Like anywhere I can help, I like to help. And I've been a part of the community for 22 years today.
Period. Okay.
Today.
Oh,
It's Chanel's birthday weekend, just in case y'all didn't know.
Okay, period. Let the people know.
yeah. Oh, and I've been a part of the community for about 17 years. Yeah.
Okay. So of course I'm Raquel Trammell, aka Miss Mouthy. Pronouns she, her, hers. I've been a part of the shit for some time now because I want people to think I'm young. So for some time now. But one thing about these conversations, I'm going to give y'all the political ones, which is 3, and then we're going to have some real conversations. How that feel?
That's good.
All right. So the first question is, what does it look like to take pride in being a member of the LGBT plus community?
Say that again.
All right. What does it look like to take pride in being a part of the LGBTQ plus community?
Is that today or period?
Just in general. I would say in general.
Why, thank you, Kendall. Well, for me, I think when I was younger, it was a lot more fun. I was able to identify how I chose to identify, being able to be out and proud and having a good time. But that was years ago. Today, it's not so.
Yeah.
But I think we going to get back there. They say history repeats itself, so
Okay.
it'll come back around.
It's starting to look like that. Like, it's reminding me of, like, when we first was out here doo-doo bopping.
Okay, so that's when you first was out.
Yeah,
because this
you was out already before me. So, yeah, when I was doo-doo bopping.
For me, I would say when I was younger, I feel like today we are able to be more open and free and show who we are, as opposed to like back 2005, 2006, where we kind of had to be closeted. I think, just being a part of the community today in this day and age, I'm kind of happy to see where we at and how far we've come, even though we still have a long way to go. I think the progress is progressing.
Making it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So for me, I'm gonna say, it's cool. I like it. Of course, we're moving forward. Again, like they said, like we have more freedom than we had back then, and I want to say, well, now me being what the older girls were to me, I don't want to be like they were. Most of them, they were mean. They wasn't trying to give the girls any type of information, any type of help, any type of guidance. So me being that kind of in that area now, I want to be totally different. Like if I can help somebody and they up asking, I want to be like that. And I think that's where we are now. And it wasn't like that back then.
So
for me.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. You brought up a really good point, and I also want to give y'all flowers while they're here. Y'all are our staples in this community. I think everybody within our community holds a certain space, and I want y'all to relish in that. You know what I mean? And when y'all say community, what do you think? Fuck this card. But what do you think is the thing that is, one, holding us together, but also taking us apart?
for me, based on my personal experience in the community, I'll say the fact that in Detroit, no matter who you know, at some point we all are connected. Like we are family. So this is my mother, this is my sister, but they probably have somebody's aunt, uncle, someone, you know, that's our.
I hope we not. I know what you meant.
I didn't mean to say uncle. Please,
But y'all know what he meant.
don't cancel me. Don't cancel me.
Ooh, they good for that.
Don't cancel me. I love the trans girls.
Yeah. Okay, per.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I think we have such a family, a deep rooted kind of family connection, like with our chosen families. Even we can be into it with people from out of town. You can't be from out of town.
Okay.
You can't be from out of town and come to Detroit and cause one of our girls. Like the whole city rally up against you. So
Yeah.
I'll say that holds us together as well as divides us in a way, because you do have a lot of situations to where they kind of like out of the family's control. So it does create like a rift.
Yeah.
You know, in it.
Thank you. Anybody else?
So I'm gonna piggyback on Kendall. For me, it's basically the same way. It boils down to community. Community can keep us together, and community can also keep us apart. As Kendall said, we are like deep rooted. Again, this is my daughter, Miss Chanel. We used to be in it every 6 months. It's like
We're also both Pisces.
Okay, period. Okay.
4 days apart.
Yeah.
So we was always into it, but it never failed. Like if she would have got into it with somebody outside of me, it was like, I dare you.
Yeah, yeah.
And vice versa. And goes back to what she was saying. I think I can honestly say I am that girl that gives those resources, that shares the
Yeah.
experiences that I went through. I actually would be the one to go through it so I can let you know what to expect.
Yes.
So again, it comes down to community as a whole that can tear it and keep it together.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, just again, I'm only speaking from my experience and what I see.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me is not really support. People pick and choose who they want to support and
Come on.
when, and most of the time it's when it's beneficial.
Yeah.
When if we all just supported each other, we will get so much further along.
That's true.
And that's just all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay, and that's that on that. So our next question: how do you take pride in your sexual health? So pretty much, how you like fucking? No.
I mean,
Okay.
in order to keep fucking, you gotta make sure you good because
That's
you
true.
don't want to be out here and you thinking you got the perfect good sex life and
Okay.
you out here you done burned 3 niggas.
Okay, hello.
You done gave 4 gonorrhea.
Okay.
In the mouth.
Okay.
So it's like going to the doctor, getting checked out, using protection. Because I'm not gonna say because I'm not really one of them girls.
Okay.
Be mindful of who you with. Just,
Yeah.
You know, start there. Be mindful. If we slow down and give or take, let's slow down with the drug intake, and we probably
let's talk about
we could
it.
probably think better about the choices we make instead of when that high come down and you look to your left. And you be like, oh, bitch. Then you look to your right, you be like, now, wait a minute.
It's not only drugs either, because I be like that off of liquor sometimes. I can't say that.
You right. You right.
However, that liquor bottle also say it's a drug.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just be mindful of, like, the things that you do with yourself. Protect your body. Protect yourself. Protect your peace. Protect your mind.
Thank you.
For me,
Is it on?
yeah, I
Okay.
can hear myself. Well, I have to beat it a little bit. But for me, I like to say that I'm sexually positive, meaning like I enjoy sex. So because of the work that I do, I have training and workshops on how to make safe sex fun. Yeah. So for me, I take pride in it. Just having fun, just making sure that I protect the person who I'm with. And myself.
So I'm going to speak from the aspect of sex work.
Thank you.
I be around the girls that do it, and I know it's frowned upon from some people, but me personally, I don't always use protection, but I am on PrEP. I take it regularly, and I also pride myself in trying to, for the most part, always use protection.
Yeah.
For the most part.
But even with that
sometimes I
being
do
a
have slip-ups.
conversation, yeah, like we have to normalize people having their practice to do what they will with their body.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so thank you for saying that. And sex work is work.
That's why I always speak up.
And I recycle a lot too. So I when it comes to sex, I tend to deal with people that I'm used to, like I'm kind of familiar with. So I don't really have to worry about too much when it comes to that department, because kind of like I have an understanding, like this is what it is, this is what it is.
Yeah, and I get into these phases where like I'm real freaky, and then I don't want to have sex for months on end. Yeah, and then I don't know if this happened for anybody else, but the moment I'm like highly on my prep and like taking my pills every day, I ain't fucking at all. But the moment I have a slip up and I don't, oh, you feel me? Okay, yeah. But the moment I'm like missing doses and all of that, and my sex life is crazy. And so, thank y'all for being honest and transparent. So you mentioned on something about substances and things of that nature. One thing I like to say is that like, when we have resources like Narcan and fentanyl strips, why do y'all feel like it's so much stigma around the conversation when it comes to substances?
I can answer that.
I don't get it either.
So coming from my point of view, being an individual that partook in consuming drugs, it's no secret that I'm a chronic weed smoker.
Period.
However, I had my times where I played with cocaine and pop pills. However, it was a point where I felt like I was about to graduate. So it was like I either take one or the other. I'm not about to take both. So I stopped taking pills and I started indulging into cocaine.
Okay.
As I started seeing like my kids, my grandkids, my nephews, my nieces, and all this type of stuff, like crying, like we was just together yesterday and how you was coming to the house, then I'm burying you 3 days later.
Yeah.
It kind of knocks something in your brain and say, well, what you want to do? Where you want to go, how you want to see things different, how you want to see things change, how to protect yourself, because I know you're going to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So if I can supply you with the testing strips or someone who I personally trust, that, you know, where I used to get my, because I didn't have those problems, like close to ODing and stuff, I knew a limit. It wasn't no point. I wasn't going to get no higher.
Yeah.
And again, when you looking to the left and you got 3 niggas to the left and you got 4 to the right and then it's just you in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, fuck did I just do?
Okay.
And it kind of gives you a brighter light.
Yeah.
So I'm only going to speak from my experience.
I appreciate
So
that.
again, I can't tell you what to do. I can show you what I did and I can help you do what you do.
Because I want to create spaces where in community we can have those type of conversations, because it's not being had, and then people, it's happening. Like, we had to get to a point where we had to break the stigma around HIV and sex and how taboo that was. But now it seems like when we talk about substances and drugs, it's that same level of taboo. And I'm like, no, we're going to start to have these conversations little by little and break that. But go ahead.
I also think if more community leaders was to have these discussions, it'll probably be a different intake with the younger generation.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
I was just going to piggyback off what she said, because I too someone who, you know, I smoke marijuana heavily, but I also been someone that indulged in other substances like ecstasy and cocaine. And I do think that there's so much stigma around it because there's not enough education when it comes to that, just like you said with HIV. I feel as though a lot of the agencies where these services are offered don't have people that come into our safe spaces, don't have people that come into our community, meet us where we at, so that we can have information about what's available to us to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
If you don't know someone that works for an agency, then you probably don't know what resources are available to you. So I do think that does create a lot of stigma when it comes to prevention, substance abuse. Even like I know with, like what she said, I can only talk from my experience. I can give you the tools that you need. Like the Detroit Recovery Project does have the Narcan kits. You know, we got the injectables now as well as the inhalers. I just think it's just about like how you do it. It's just
Yeah. Okay. So, you know, at the beginning of June, we lost a community member, Charm, and one of the conversations that I always wanted to have is around the violence that we know happened to the trans women here in the city. And what can we, because I'm tired of mourning. Like, I'm tired of mourning, but like, what do we do as community members to try to come up with some real solutions, or at least like acknowledge that this shit is really a problem?
I think for me, if we got together more outside of someone passing away, it would kind of help. Me from the outside looking in, as a black gay young man look on the outside, inside for the trans community, it's a lot of division in the trans community. In Detroit in particular. So I can say that when someone dies, then that's the time you'll see them together. But outside of someone passing away or a drug-fueled night, then there's no kind of like togetherness. So we did have more events, more spaces where the community as a whole could come, conjugate, be themselves, had these kind of conversations that we're having now. I think that it would be like a better understanding as far as the whole community.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna speak on that situation since you brought it up. Charm was going through a lot before that happened.
Okay.
And she didn't talk to anyone because she felt like she had nobody to talk to. And one of the people who do so much after it has taken place was one of her close friends. But because of personal reasons, she couldn't even reach out to her.
Okay.
And to me, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because maybe had someone been able to help her before that, she wouldn't have been in the situation where she would have been where she was doing what she was doing.
No. Okay. I know.
And it's a lot of that. That's only one situation.
Yeah.
And I'm only piggybacking off of that because you brought it up.
Yeah, of course. And that's a real thing. I think as women, like, even with me and Monica, can I share? Yeah, I feel like even with just growing in my womanhood, I think it's a level of women being able to deal whatever disagreements or what situations are, because when you look at the bigger picture, we all on this earth for a limited amount of time.
Yeah,
and so
very limited.
These petty situations that we allow to like divide us, and then allow our social circles to bring us even more further apart, it'd be like, you know what, bitch, let me just sit down with you, let's have a raw conversation and let's move the fuck on. Okay. So in that situation, I get that. That's why even in these positions of seeing leaders or advocates, it's very performative. It's very like, okay, I just want the pictures and I want the photos, but we missing the mark as far as like just what our community needs. Like, come together. It don't take that much. All of us band together with what we got, and when we don't have any more, let's figure out how to go get some more for our people, you know?
And I see it all the time. Like, I see so many girls that, like I said, I be with the girls. I be with the girls that the people are scared to reach out to or shunned. They shunned upon, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's so much that they need, and I tell them certain places to go, and they don't want to go there because of how they're treated.
Yeah.
And I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
So when do we change?
That is the point. Like, that is the point of why,
because these
like,
are the places that's supposed to help.
Yeah.
They don't want to come here.
Yeah.
Because
and
how y'all look at
they want to stop at the 5 o'clock. Like, we got to be honest about learning that, like, this just don't stop from Monday to Friday, from 9 to 5. And honestly, it'd be like, this is what I keep telling the people. You got to go in community. You got to go talk to the people. Like, what the fuck are you afraid of? Yeah, that's not going to get anything solved. Like, what are you afraid of? Monica, you have something you want to add it? Okay. Yeah, we talking.
Yeah, because I know, listening to both of them, like I said, these both my kids. And I have never been one of those girls who one was the ass-kissing girl. I never hung around the social circle. I always went out and danced and marched to my own beat. I always did my own thing. I have always been the underdog, which I had no problem with.
Same.
Because I did not feel like I had to vie for attention. I didn't feel like I had to be put on the forefront. I didn't feel like I had to be the popular one. I can be the mean one. I could be that until you get to know who I am. So, and when individuals don't want to go to these spaces, of course I'm the last resort, because now, well, we gonna have to go to the mean bitch.
Yeah.
And then when they get to me, it's not nothing like that. And they be like, well, I should have just came to you from the beginning.
Because you the mean bitch and I'm the bougie bitch.
It goes back to you listening to those that you look up at, that tend to look down at you and put you in a space where you can't get the help that you need because they don't really give a fuck. And like Chanel said, you can't And like you just said, my job don't stop at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Anybody and everybody that know me knows you can call my phone at 4 a.m. and I'm okay.
You
Let me
there.
see what I can do, and I'm gonna call you right back. Don't be mad if it take a minute because it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
And we gotta
but
wake
let
our
me
people
see
up.
what
Yeah.
I can do. Even if I could just send you a cash app for you to have somewhere to stay tonight, I'll it's not nothing to that.
Yeah.
It's been plenty of times I have helped people out of my own pocket before even getting back into an organization.
Yes.
You seen it.
Yeah.
Y'all experienced it. So it comes back to, again, we put these people on these pedestals
Yeah.
that should be sitting in the same chair you sitting in because they ain't no better than you.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that they do, they get the paycheck.
Yeah.
And like I tell people, if you knew my salary, you would know it's not the paycheck.
Hello? Hello? You gotta know it's for the bad shit.
why are you doing the work that you do? You a funeral director and you hustle on the side because it's not about the check.
Yeah.
If it was about the check, you wouldn't see me.
Yeah.
It's not.
For real. Thank you for that, and y'all being honest.
Yeah, because that is a very touchy subject for me. Like,
Yeah.
and it's a passion of mine too. So,
And
that
I
was
want
right
you to know,
on.
that's why I
Glad you brought
said
that
this
up.
is a safe space and nobody is going to judge you
Oh,
for
you
your
know me,
opinion.
I don't care.
I know.
You know that.
I know. But it need to be said. Like, I'm
Yeah.
tired of pussyfooting around these topics.
Yeah.
So also, we have this thing where everybody want to be an ally to us, right? How do y'all feel allies should support our community? And how can they do a better job of showing up for us?
My question to allies that want to be allies, you define to me what an ally is to you.
Yeah.
And then I can tell you what an ally is for me.
Yeah.
Because again, when we tend to have these conversations about allies, it turns around to be about dictating. I don't need you dictating my life that you don't walk in. Just like I don't walk in yours. Some conversations ain't for me.
Yeah.
Like some conversations ain't for you. So I'm at my business.
Yeah.
But that don't mean I'm not an ally to my black women,
Yeah.
to my women of color, to my men of color. I ally for everyone. But I don't get that in return.
they don't.
And
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine. That's fine for me
Yeah.
or whatever the case is because I'm going to make it.
Yeah. And
But
I
stop
was-
saying your motherfucking ass is an ally.
and I would say to piggyback off everything she said, because I agree with what she said wholeheartedly. What I want the allies to do is educate. A lot of the times we have allies that only defend us, when they're in our presence. But when you get online on social media, you see these same allies in the comments agreeing with the people that that are attacking us.
Yeah.
And
Especially
then
when it comes to the girl.
and then you come back to our safe spaces and you expect us to have the same energy.
Yeah.
Just speak up for us all the time, not just half the time.
Girl, I ain't gonna talk
Okay,
about it.
because you passion. I
It
feel
ain't
the
for this.
passion from over
It
here.
ain't- It ain't for this.
No, I get it. One thing I'll just say is that with allyship, it's like you keep saying you love me, and you here for me, and I can't go on a date with your brother or your daddy or your cousin. Then there is some work that still needs to be done there because you only feel like I'm beautiful enough for this amount of distance in my womanhood.
Or
Like
if they need you for something.
yeah. And it's just like you only love me under the umbrella of like what's deemed to be nice. Like you don't really fuck with me because you haven't been to my home, or like you really ain't told your transphobic ass boyfriend like actually don't say that about her or whatever. So if it can't start in your home, then I don't want to be a part of you being a part of my home. Okay. So we gonna wrap this thing
See,
up.
I don't know how to say it that nice.
Oh, look, it's a lot of. Let me tell you, you know where that practice came from? From being around spaces with a lot of bitches who didn't like me, and I had to learn how to like sock it to them without
that's
socking
never
it
been
to
me.
them. Yeah,
I
you
give
a
it straight-
direct.
I give it straight to 'em.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you know.
I don't know no other way.
I want that type of way, okay? But so one thing I like to do is Mouthy Pearls of Wisdom, and it's like leaving our younger community members with a final thought, a lesson, something that you walked away from with walking in your identity, right? What is something that you would tell a young person just from your experience or the work that you do?
For me, I would tell the younger generation, listen. When I say that because being young gay black man coming out of Detroit, when I had older people that were in the community try to tell me stuff, I took it as they can't take me, or
Yeah.
they mad because I'm getting a certain amount of life. So I kind of closed off. Like when they would come to me and tell me stuff like to educate me, I kind of took it as from another approach, like they said, because a lot of people here do have like I look down on you or I'm better than you because I'm in a better place than you in life.
I'm on the back of that next. Okay, period.
So, yeah, that would be my number one. Just listen. We're not here to put you down. I think now that we have a lot more people that are part of the community working for these agencies, we make it much more comfortable. So we're here to help you, not harm you. Even though we may tell you stuff that you're not trying to hear because it goes against your lifestyle, just know that we're here to help you and we're always here for you.
Thank you.
I can, because man's short.
Come on.
No, because I'm just gonna say, and this goes to whoever may see this or whoever may hear this. I'm very personable. Mm-hmm. If I can help you, I will. You can, come up to me, approach me, as long as we're not in the club and I'm not drinking, because I'm a totally different person. But like, even then, if you have like a serious question, just pull me to the side.
Yeah.
And we'll handle
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out. I may just tell you, here's my number. Call me tomorrow.
Okay.
But because again, I want to be personable to most of the younger girls, because some of them will drive you crazy.
Yeah.
My little sister is one. But I really just like, if I can help you, like, approach me. I see, and we can figure it out. We can work it out.
Thank you.
I do want to say one more thing. Like I said, I work for Matrix Human Services, so if anybody in the community, y'all need help with testing, rental assistance, just any kind of hardships, reach out to anyone, me, Monica, or Chanel. Like, if you reach out to any one of us, we can get you connected to who you need to be connected to kind of get the service and the resources that you need.
Thank you.
So for me, my message to the younger generation would be, don't be a me. What people don't know is that I'm the only living survivor out of all of my friends that I had came out with. I am the only one that's still here. And I think that's another reason why my passion is so deep into my community, because I had lost all of my friends to HIV and AIDS. And I have lost a lot of kids to drugs. So I think that's what kind of keeps me going. And when I say don't be a me, don't be that stressor. Don't be that giver more than you take, because again, that can weigh on you. Don't put yourself more than what you can handle. I tend to do that a lot. I put all of them before I put me. And I also take care of an 80-year-old mother who has been diagnosed, who's in remission of breast cancer. So I deal with so many things, but yet I still continue to move forward. So take care of yourself before you take on everybody else's problems. Because again, they can cause you so much damage within yourself. So don't be a me. Please don't be a me. Be a you. Take care of yourself.
Period. And so what I like to just say for the young folks is that, like, it is okay to be a lone ranger. Like, beating to your own drum, you will find your tribe, you will find your people, because ultimately trying to fit in will have you doing shit that you never even expected for yourself to be doing. But also recognizing you lose such a part of yourself in trying to fit into something, and when you look around, them motherfucking people not for you, for themselves, or anybody else. So you would have did yourself a great disservice if you just been yourself and stuck it out first and foremost. And so thank y'all for all taking this time and having this conversation with me. And hopefully, maybe I'm gonna try and put it together depending on the weather, but like every other month, come out here and we can just have real talk. It won't be as many as these cameras, I swear to God. But yeah, it's your girl, Miss Mouthy. Even when you don't see me, you hear me. Till next time, bye.